What's going on, everyone, at the Players Lounge? Aaron Murray here, and I got one of my favorite human beings, not just teammates, but favorite human beings of all time. The guy that had my back no matter what, would do some of the nastiest things, and we'll kind of get into a little bit. If anyone touched the quarterback, you know this guy's coming after him. Ben freaking Jones in the house. Ben, my man, what's up? I miss you. I love you. I appreciate you. And how's life right now?
Man, that's good, bud. I can't complain. Happy to be on here. Happy to see your face, man.
And I miss that country ass accent. There was nothing better than when Arthur Lynch, who was my roommate, who's from Boston, and Ben Jones would try to communicate to each other for Arthur's first year in the South. It was like you would think that one person was speaking French, the other person was speaking English. It was do you remember that? Because it was I would just be dying laughing. You'd
Oh,
get pissed off at him, it'd be y'all versus yous and all that craziness.
yeah, he kept saying something like use guys. I'm like, what do you want to use? You can use my truck. I don't care. He's like, no, use guy. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you need to use my truck, here's my keys, bud. And he was like, I'm just sitting there looking at him like, we don't belong in the same room together, bud.
Oh, you not as much of a twang though. I mean, it was give us your worst. I mean, were you worse coming out of high school than you are now when it comes to just that accent? Because you're from like deep, deep Alabama, middle of nowhere kind of thing.
I'm civilized now. When I go home, people in my hometown goes, "You talk? Oh man, you're not from here no more." I'm like, y'all, they give me a hard time. Um, you call my brother on the phone, and it takes him about 2 minutes to get a whole sentence out. But he's
Mm.
laid back. Same way with my mom, his kids, and everybody else down there. It's a slower pace of life, and I love it down there.
All right. So Ben right now is in the middle of his offseason, been in the NFL for a long ass time, beating his body up. He sent me pictures this morning on the Peloton bike, doing a little cold plunge in his tub, just getting the body right for this offseason. But I want to get to the Peloton thing real quick because it kind of pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. You offensive linemen, y'all a bunch of damn cheaters. So we all know when COVID hit, everyone and their mother got a Peloton bike. We do all these competitions. And all of a sudden, all the offensive linemen are just like kind of posting on Instagram. Oh, look at the numbers I'm getting. Look at my output. And I'm like, how the hell do I get on a bike ride versus Ben Jones and Cole Kubelik and Booger McFarland? And within the first five to 10 seconds of the race, workout, they're already like 15 points ahead of me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? We just started to warm up and you're already at 20 points. You cheat. You cheat, you cheat, you cheat. You crank up the output to like 80% and you just go like you're climbing a damn mountain. So defend yourself here.
I'm sorry for the week. I'm trying to get a workout in. I can't pedal on 40. I would be spinning in place, be spinning tires. I got to have a little grip behind the tires, bud. I'm sorry that your week is water. If I want to get a little sweat in, I got to put it on at least 65. I pedal it. If it's
Oh,
if it's on 65, I'm gonna pedal at 100 reps.
are you really?
Yeah, sitting down.
Oh my God.
You got to think I push around
It's
dump truck,
true.
some strong human beings for a living.
See, if I'm at 65, like that's my, when you're like, oh, I go 65 to 75 pace, that's when
That's
I'm
on
at
90.
like 65, 70.
If I have to stand up, it's got to be over 85 for make me stand up.
Jeez, what is it? What does it go up to? Does it go up to 100? Because I tap out like
Yeah,
at 85.
yeah, it'll go up
Yeah.
to 100.
So that's the secret success. You just need some big, massive trink trunk legs and used to pushing
Finally,
400
cardio
pounds.
that we win in, something that big people win in cardio.
I know all the big guys. They were just literally, especially Cole, because I work with Cole a ton, and just gloat about. And he would like sneakily post pictures against like me or Jordan of like, hey, thanks for pushing me today. And we're like 200 points behind him. Like, trying to like settle, like, I just whooped your ass. Like, ha ha ha. The offensive linemen finally have an upper hand on the skill guys a little bit. So, hey, you do you. If it's a good workout and you enjoy it and you burn them calories, do what you need to do. I do want to hit on the fact that, this is you've been in the league for 10 plus years now. How does the body feel? I mean, you got to feel like shit. I mean, you just beat up all day long.
Yeah, I just finished year 11 for me. it's a grind. You got to learn how to take care of your body. That's what I had. I feel like I have surgery something every year. I had shoulder and elbow 4 weeks ago. So my rehab this morning was out there hoeing the garden, getting it ready to plant some vegetables for the spring. So for me, it's mentally, hey, taking care of your body in the off season, whatever it takes to get to the next game, the next practice, because you know how I'm wired. I don't think I missed a practice for like 18 years, counting high school, college, and pros. Then went on a streak. I swear, anytime somebody brings it up in the media, something happens to me. I went on a 100-something streak game, get a concussion. Then go for 10,000 snaps, get another one. So if it ain't a concussion, I can pretty much play through it. But other than that, I've had every injury in the book, but it just comes with the job, and that's why I've played for so long. You gotta play good when you're hurt, because at some point in your NFL career, you're going to be hurt throughout the season. It's a long season, and you never feel good. The only day you feel good is on the last day before camp starts, and after that, it's for 6 months.
Did it change was it that much more, that extra game? Like, did you physically feel this year compared to years past, like, damn, I feel even worse adding one more extra game? Or did the less preseason games help that out a little bit?
Everybody treats it different. So, like, for us, Vrabel understands, like, hey, a veteran, he knows when, like, for me, I didn't play a snap in the preseason the past 3 or 4 years. So he knows we're going to play into the playoffs. We want that. So the young guys that are usually not playing as many snaps in the season, those are guys who are taking the reps. So he takes reps off on us that away, and he's great about, hey, keeping rep totals. Hey, how's your output doing on your catalyst and your catapult, whatever it is that he uses. And he's finding a way to get us through the season.
I want to go back real quick. You said, I want you to make sure I got this right, because you know me, I'm a pretty boy. I'm from Tampa. I ain't getting dirty. I'm not in the yard. I'm not hunting. I'm not. Did you say hoeing the garden? Was that correct? Am I using the right words here?
Yeah, hoe.
What is hoeing the garden?
Oh my gosh, you got to get all the weeds out the raised bed. Got all the weeds out, hoed the dirt, put some more topsoil in.
What is hoeing? Like, what is the act of hoeing? Because I know what, like, in my world what hoeing is, but what is in the gardening world? What is hoeing?
You ain't never heard the music song "A hoe is a hoe"? You never heard that song?
Yeah, like like that's like more of a derogatory name towards a person. Like, I've been called a hoe before back in my day at Georgia, but like I don't know what it means with gardening. No.
You know what a rake is?
I do know what a rake is. Yes, I do know what a rake is.
Hoe is solid, and it don't have no holes in it, so it's solid. So you scoop all the weeds up with
shovel.
No. Shape totally different. It's got a hook at the top, so it goes down. So you rake with it. It's almost like a rake, but it's solid.
Okay. It's a hoe. I gotta go do some. I gotta plant some new little flowers in the front of the house. So maybe
you're gonna need a garden.
I'll do some hoeing.
You ain't gonna be hoeing.
They last for about 2 months. I have to do it every 2 months because I just do not. I forget. I'm all in for the first 2-3 weeks, and then I forget, and then they die. And it's just kind of an every 2 month kind of thing. I don't know. I don't have a green finger or a thumb finger, whatever it is. That ain't me, Ben. That's you big country man. Yeah, I mean, speaking of big country folk,
you got lettuces and everything, your broccolis, your spinach, all that's planted now.
I'll go to Sprouts. I'll get organic at the grocery store. That's how I roll, or Whole Foods. Speaking of big old men, you've played a lot of football. You said 11th season in the NFL. How have defensive linemen changed? Because like I feel like every year, man, you see the NFL Combine, and you're like, these dudes are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. Like, have you seen like this huge transition over your career?
Yeah, definitely. Coming into the league, I know my first like 6 starts in the league were Vince Wilfork, Alota Nada, Marcel Darius, Kyle Williams, huge guys. Mount Cody, I think he was my first one I had again. So guys are way over 330, run stoppers. And now it's more of a hybrid guys that are playing on the inside that can rush the passer, because this league has really turned into a passing league, unless you've played for the Titans for the last 5 years, and we run the hound out of the ball with Derrick Henry. So for me, you throw a little guy in there, that's great because we're going to run the ball. But if you're sitting back, dropping back 50 times a game, yeah, you're getting a guy who's more versatile in there, who can stop the run, but he's stopping the run on the way to the quarterback. So you get a different kind of scheme guys in there who are more like three techniques, and guys that are come down to the nose that can rush.
Have you ever gone against Aaron Donald before?
He usually stays out a little bit, but I get my hands on him every once in a while.
How good is he? Is he
He's
because he's not big? I mean, he's shredded and he's 300, but like he's just so damn quick. What would you prefer? Would you prefer him, or would you prefer like a Will Fork 340?
Bigger the better. I'm
Really?
country.
Yeah.
They come, let me get my hands on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a little guy. I tell my son, I'm like, hey, he likes them little quick ones. I'm like, no chance. Give me the heaviest, the strongest human being alive, and line them up on me.
Dude, Ben, for those listening, Ben has the strongest hands in the world. I mean, he would play around with me, and I'm like I'm not a defensive lineman. You would play around with me, like grab me just for like shits and giggles, and I thought I was gonna die. You would do it, and so would Dallas. Dallas would always like to put me in a chokehold, and like a couple times like he would make my nose bleed. I'm like, Dallas, I'm not an offensive lineman. Like you boys can't just throw me around like a rag doll like that. I'm 6 foot on a good day, 200 pounds. You boys are strong.
I picked up a lot of square bells in my day. I know you ain't picked up a single square bell.
I don't even know what a square bell is, but damn sure right, I didn't pick up one of those in my day. I start off the show by talking about you being one of the I always tell people like my favorite offensive linemen are you got to have, obviously you're a gentle giant, you and Alex, and you have a great family, and you're an incredible human being off the field. But like, you got to be an asshole on the field. Like you got to be able to push the limit. Like those are the dudes that I loved, and you were the best I've ever seen at it. You were just nasty. I mean, there's another word for it. You were tenacious. You were nasty. I mean, some of my favorite stories, were Auburn game. I broke my sternum. I can barely breathe. You come into the huddle and hand me some dreadlocks. Cornelius Washington during practice one day hit me, and you go chasing Cornelius around the whole field, and he runs like a 4.5, and you're just chasing him, trying to take him down. Like I always knew you had my back, and I'm sure every NFL quarterback would say the same thing. What is that QB center connection, besides the fact that obviously we get very intimate because our hands are essentially on your balls? What makes that connection so tight?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time with them in the meeting rooms, and I take pride in protecting my quarterback. That's my job. We worked hand in hand from doing the mic points to the run scheme to pass scheme. So I want that guy in the game at all times. And my sense is, hey, we're going to run the ball, and I'm going to protect the quarterback at all costs. And they're family to me. And I'll be John Brown. If somebody's going to hit my brother, I'm going to hit them back.
Mm-hmm.
I treat it just like that, no matter, since I was a little kid. If anybody fought my brother, I was going to be right there in it with him. And that's how we roll.
I love it. Even that Auburn game too, at the end of it, when Fairley was just whooping my ass, and he took my knee out. Then I think you went after him afterwards. I'm on the ground, just like can't get up, and all I see is you essentially starting a fight. I'm like, that's my center. That's my center. We're good no matter what. That's just who you are, and I obviously appreciate that. Derrick Henry, how nice is it to have him back there? I mean, dude is just a workhorse. Does that help with the mentality of your offense, knowing that you got or mentality of an offensive line, knowing that you kind of got that kind of workhorse, that runner behind you?
It's my dream. I love running the ball, and that's how you. It's what our motto is. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run it down your throat. And you'd look up, and we'd be in 11 personnel, and they'd have base defense in 6-2 defense goal line, because they knew if they couldn't stop the run, it was going to be a long game. So we would see every front in the book. So from studying and doing all that, it was no matter what team I watched, I was like, they're going to give us something totally different, because that's a different breed back there in the back. And he's special. And we knew, hey, if we got him started, it was going to be a long game for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. God, him. Were you with Gurley for a year or no? Did you miss Gurley? You missed Gurley by a year.
I
Yeah,
had Kyle
Gurley was built like him. You had So Crow. God, So
we
Crow.
won that
So much talent.
and Brandon Harton.
Yeah, and B Hart. God, So Crow had so much talent, just did not want to freaking work, unfortunately. Um, All right, so you were at practice the other day, and how weird is it seeing the band back together? Because I was there. I mean, I'm there on and off, and it's just so weird to like walk the halls and see B Mac and Searles and Bobo, and obviously Kirby and Muschamp. You know, all of them played in the '90s together. It's like a frat house essentially. You were there for the first day of practice. Did it bring back some good memories seeing all those dudes there?
Absolutely. I'm sitting in meetings and just picking their brains and them picking my brains, going on different run schemes, how we do stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then just seeing the unreal facilities. Holy cow.
No.
And just seeing Kirby and that
Oh.
darn micro busting my eardrums the whole practice. But Searles is the same guy, throwing his hat, has the same
Mm-hmm.
things, still does his T-board drills. Love the guy to death. And I know his daughter's birthdays are both on April 1st. I got to make sure I text him in a couple of days. He's family to me. No
Yeah.
matter where I've been in the league, he's the one that always calls me, texts me after games. He's a guy that made me who I am as a football player.
Love that. Oh, he's awesome. All right, give me a scheme, something that they maybe have not implemented that you're kind of like, okay, this is what we do, or this is what I was doing at Tennessee, or even back in my days at Houston, that we found success with. Because like you said, man, you guys are one of the best running offenses in the NFL. What was he kind of picking your brains about schematically?
Yeah, we were going over like combinations, how we're getting to the second level, and instead of using like a flipper, using links so you're not getting grabbed by a D lineman, because that's the name of the game in the league, is trying to get those linebackers free, and those big guys are holding you up no matter what. So beating them the big guys with speed, using length, and not getting grabbed to be able to get your offensive lineman in the second level, because if you're sitting there getting held, your running back's got to make a guy miss in the hole. So just different ways to be effective, and just different. Hey, this is how we load our stance. This is how we're thinking. How we're going to set a guy on certain pass protections. We know where our help is. We know where we're vulnerable. So just picking. He was picking my brain like, hey, why are you jump setting right here? I'm like, hey, I know I got help right away. I know it's a quick hitting route. He's like, all right. So I was like, hey, so we hear like terminology, like if we hear an Omaha or a certain route, I can be more aggressive. So he was like, oh, that's
Is it do they not put that in the protection for you? Like I felt like in Kansas City when we had quick game protection, we'd always throw a three in front of it. At least we
yeah,
did back down. I don't know what they do now. So the offensive lineman knew like 300s. They didn't have
right.
to listen for Omaha or whatever route combination. They just heard that knowing it was quick game. Did you guys
Right.
not do that? You have to hear the Omaha
Have
in there?
built in, like say if we're in the jet world, we'll have like a
Yep.
200, 300 jet. But say
Yep.
if it's play action and we hear a strike, we know it's supposed to come out quick. Or so, but for us, it could be, say, a play action pass, and we're throwing a pylon post, which is a shot down the field. So you got to hold up a little longer. So
Mm-hmm.
on the play action, because verily on third down is about the only time we were in the jet world. Other than that, we were running in our play action and our screen on first and second down. So all those little 200, 300 jets were really never affected us. So ours was all off the play action world.
All right. Before I let you go, big guy. Well, first, what's your handicap? I guess you're banged up right now. You and I are both on the DL. You just had surgery on your arm. I just had surgery on my balls. Just got snipped, so I can't have any more kids. So I can't play golf for a couple weeks, unfortunately. But what is the handicap right now before we hopefully get a round in this spring with our boy Rhett?
I'm Max. You know what are you talking about? I need to stroke a hole, Murray. You give
No,
me
don't no bull. You are. I've heard you're a damn good golfer. I don't want to hear this nonsense. What's the
you give
handicap? I
you
can
just
look it up. I will pull up my gin right now and look it up if I have to.
it just depends on who my partner is. You know, I'm blind as a billy goat, so if I can find my ball, it's pretty straight down there. But
All right. Well, I'm gonna whoop your ass in golf, so we will find out here shortly as soon as us both get healed up. All right. Before I let you go, we gotta have a little bit of fun. I know you got a lot of pride in Georgia, and I know the SEC is heated when it comes to rivalries. Give me we'll go from 1 to 5. So your most hated So obviously fifth is still pretty hated. Rivals in the SEC.
Mm. Hated Auburn when I was there. Didn't play Alabama, but 1 year. But Florida, hated them. So I'd go Florida 1, hated them the most. Auburn 2, Tennessee 3, South Carolina 4, and LSU 5. But if now sitting being a fan watching it, Alabama's 1. But other than that, all these
I'm all
people.
about Auburn.
What do you think?
I'm Auburn. After freshman year, I am Auburn. Auburn won all day. So, all right. Well, that's Ben Jones. Ben, miss you, bud. Can't wait to see you. Hopefully, free agent, maybe the Falcons. We get you back to Atlanta, have some fun. We'll get some golf. Tell the family I said hello. And yeah, we'll get you on here again soon.
Sounds good, brother. Take care. Get out there and hoe the garden, bud.
Yeah, we're about to go hoe my garden, whatever the hell that means, but that's what YouTube's for. TPL, we'll see you next time.